Gwent Police are in trouble again, this time not for one of their constables sending inappropriate messages. This is far more serious. 21-year-old Eve Smith, 21-year-old Darcy Ross, 24-year-old Rafel Jeanne, 20-year-old Sophie Russon and 32-year-old Shane Loughlin were involved in a car crash in March last year on the A48 in St Mellons area of Cardiff, South Wales. When the crash scene was discovered, almost 48 hours after they were last seen, just after midnight on March the 6th, they found that Eve Smith, Darcy Ross and Rafel Jeanne were all dead, while Sophie Russon and Shane Loughlin were both gravely injured. Back in 2023, Sophie Russon's mum criticised police for their handling of the search and the group, and the appalling handling of the case overall, including the treatment of victims' families. She said she believes police were far too casual and ignored their fears when they reported the group missing. If they got there sooner, we don't know, but maybe they could have survived. The police did not do enough. It wasn't until people started posting on social media that they paid us any attention. They had calls from me, Sophie's dad, and the other families, but they were very blasé and said they're probably out partying. The crash happened at around 2 AM on Saturday, March the 4th. Family and friends kept reporting the missing group until Sunday afternoon at 5:37 PM. Police are said to have requested helicopter assistance some 5 hours later at 11:50 PM, with the wreckage being found just 25 minutes later, making you wonder how many could have survived after the crash if they had requested the helicopter when they were first reported missing at 7:34 PM the following day. Well, the IOPC have now issued 7 Gwent Police constables with notices of investigation. 2 constables are to be investigated concerning their review of missing persons reports, one for potential misconduct and the other, who was previously served at the level of misconduct, now looking at a gross misconduct. 1 constable for potential gross misconduct concerning their face-to-face communication with family members at a police station and how they dealt with the information received. 2 constables at the level of gross misconduct concerning whether or not they carried out searches of the homes of 2 of the people reported missing. One of those is also under criminal investigation for allegedly falsifying their witness statement. And 2 at the level of misconduct concerning alleged remarks made at the collision scene. IOPC Regional Director David Ford said, "Our thoughts and sympathies remain with the families and friends of the young people who tragically lost their lives, those who were left seriously injured and everyone affected by this incident. Since the start of our investigation, we've expanded our work to investigate a number of detailed complaints from the families affected. As a result, 7 Gwent Police officers have been advised that they are now under investigation. We continue to analyse a significant volume of evidence and assess whether police actions following the missing persons reports were in accordance with local and national policies and procedures. At the end of our investigation, we will make decisions as to whether any officers should face disciplinary proceedings and whether the matters should be referred to the Crown Prosecution Service." Gwent Assistant Chief Constable Mark Hobra said, "We acknowledge the impact this has had on them and understand how important the findings of this investigation will be to all those affected and the wider community. We have been and continue to fully support the investigation which is being carried out by the Independent Office for Police Conduct. It's important that these matters are investigated thoroughly in an open and transparent manner." Yes, you acknowledge it so much that you had people like that working for you at the time, and in fact still have people with zero compassion, zero respect and zero self-control or honesty and integrity for that matter, 3 core values of being a police constable. Now, of course, an investigation by the IOPC does not mean that anyone will be held accountable, but this is pretty high profile for Gwent, so they're probably going to have to throw somebody under the bus and blame them solely rather than take responsibility for the filth that they hired as a force in the first place. I hope for the family's sake that there is some kind of closure on this awful loss of life, but it seems to me that there is generally no closure when it comes to the police because they will simply never admit when they're wrong and just try to pay people off. We will of course have to see how this one turns out. If you found this report informative, please give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for more updates. Click that bell button and we'll see you in the next video.